Well, hey, Ben, it's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel, honey. Listen, we about to go ahead and get into another episode of Court. Court is messy, okay? We definitely got to get into some things, and this case is involving, it appears to be Jamal Bryant, one of his baby mamas, and some child support. So let us go ahead and get into that. All right, let's go ahead. Make sure you guys like up the video while we get into it, okay? Let's go ahead and check this out. I've seen this judge before, Miss Bari, and typically when I see her cases, they be long. Okay, they be long, girl. I don't think I've seen a short case from her yet, so that's why I haven't really reviewed any. I'll like watch them in my own timing and stuff. But this one I have not checked out. We're gonna check it out together, and girl, it's giving long. Okay, so let us just girl brace yourself, honey. Let us go ahead and check it out, child. Make sure we got settings good and stuff. Let's get into it.
With Mr. Bryant?
I did reach out. I wasn't able to reach him directly though, but I sent him an
Hold on, let me go back. Oh, okay. No, I think
email. I sent him the Zoom information. I tried calling his cell. It didn't go. It went straight to voicemail.
All right, let's go to make contact with Mr. Bryant.
I did reach out. I wasn't able to reach him directly though, but I sent him an email. I sent him the Zoom information. I tried calling his cell. It didn't go. It went straight to voicemail.
All right, let's proceed.
Okay. So, Your Honor, by way of background, again, as I mentioned this morning, this is a review and modification. We are modifying a consent judge, a prior order entered by this court in November 2016. That order was civil action file number 16-CV-1613. And just to kind of give you a full picture as to why we're here, our office filed our petition on July 8th, 2024. We sent the packet and our agency recommendation out to both parties on July 25th. At that time, both parties.
How did you're saying someone asked for a modification?
Yes, Your Honor. The custodial parent, Ms. Odom, requested a modification of that 16-CV-1613 case number.
Okay.
And so we did the review and modification process. We got information from both parties. We made our recommendation. We sent our recommendation out to both parties on July 25th, 2024. So at that time, and it says in the pleadings that both parties have 30 days to file an objection. We did not hear from Ms. Odom by way of the other state until the 29th of August, which was past the objection period. At that time, someone at the case manager did give them erroneous information and said that she still could file an objection. So as a courtesy, that's why we went ahead and set the hearing date. But we were waiting for the court dates, and because it was getting close to the end of the year, when he contacted me stating that he would be out of the country, but he wasn't objecting, we still wanted to proceed so as to not prolong the matter any longer. So, just that's kind of giving you the full picture as to kind of how we're here. Yes, she filed an objection. She filed it after the deadline, though, and technically it shouldn't have moved forward. But because of the error in our office, that's why we went ahead and still proceeded once we got your November court date.
Okay.
So as for the objection itself, just big picture, and I'll let her speak directly to the court. But based upon the objection that she filed, there are no issues that we as the child support agency can remedy. They weren't about the finances or the limited scope that the Division of Child Support Services could really do anything about. That's part one. But part two is the child support worksheet, and I can pull both of them up when the child support worksheet up if you want to after she speaks, stated one number. And because there is an upward deviation from the prior case, the 16-CV-1613, Mr. Bryant was in agreement to keep that same upward deviation. So instead of the child support amount decreasing, it's still the higher amount, if that makes sense.
No,
okay. Okay. So I'm gonna just the worksheet. Would it be easier for me to pull up the worksheet, or do you want me to just tell you the numbers?
You can pull up the worksheet, maybe look at
it.
The Jamal Harrison Bryant, is that Pastor Bryant?
Yes.
From Perth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So he's out of the country because he was recently married, I saw. Is that it?
No, he actually, it was a previously scheduled church with the trip That's the information that he presented when he received the notice of hearing.
Oh, the
Okay.
church
Does he have
is
he
out.
doesn't have an attorney and no one is present here. And your position is what you were okay with him not being here?
Since he wasn't objecting, I told him that we would move forward. We'd present to the court moving forward. Since he's not objecting to the recommendation or to the upward deviation, then we would move forward. If the court wanted us to continue it or reset it, we would do
No.
so. Okay.
No. I mean, no, he got notice and he chose not to be here. That's his issue.
Yes.
I-
So
Now, see, if he gets screwed now, if he gets screwed in this modification or whatever the case is, and Miss Ma'am get what she want, he can only blame himself for it because you knew about it. You did not show up. You didn't make accommodations to show up even after your you knew about it or whatever, knowing that you're going on a church trip or anything, supposedly, and you don't have an attorney to step in your place. So if that girl get, it's gonna be a mess.
I'm actually kind of bothered that he's not here because he did not have notice. He did not have the excuse of the court. The court did not relieve him. And so he actually should be here. And the fact that he isn't here actually is that's a warrant. He should be issued a warrant issued for him.
Ooh, wait a minute. Not you finna have a warrant out for your arrest for not showing up to child support court, sir. See, that's why you should have had an attorney to show up in your place. Now, this 88 lady down at the bottom that's been explaining everything, she is not your attorney. It appears to me that's not your attorney. She just seems to be handling the case for whatever reason. Cause she the 88. But yeah, you about should have been there, sir.
Him not being present, to be honest with you, because it's not right. He has to be here. But let's hear what you got to say.
So the presumptive child support amount was $2,096.41.
Child.
Like I stated, he still was in agreement to the upward deviation.
How much she
So
said?
our
But let's hear what you got to say.
So the presumptive child support amount was $2,096.41. Like I stated, he still was in agreement to the upward deviation. So our agency recommendation was $2,350 per month.
I don't see it still.
So the presumptive child support amount was $2,096.41. The upward deviation was $254,
okay.
which brought it to the $2,350, which was our agency recommendation.
Okay, and so Miss Odom, what is your issue with the worksheet as it's presented?
Sure. So this worksheet was presented after I lost my job. And not only that,
damn, sorry.
all this evidence is not even true because I don't even make that much. That's number one. And then number two, my son has autism. We just found that out as well. And as much as trouble is his behavior on the spectrum of autism. And so for the last 3 years, I've even given that to the state of Texas. The behavior has gotten so bad that I'm really coming off my job.
Pastor Bryant, I'm going to just say Mr. Bryant. Mr. Bryant doesn't reside in Georgia.
He does.
So why are you doing it then, Ms. Harris? I'm confused.
Because she is utilizing Division of Child Support Services. So I think it was 2 years ago, she got our services. So we did the consent order.
Oh, so you kept saying, okay.
Yes. So even though our actual DCSS order is a 22 CV, the underlying order is the 16
CV.
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it. Okay, so the special needs of the child, you have a $254. Is it that Ms. Odom is saying that the special needs of the child is more than that $254?
Yes. I do want to interject and say she did not provide that. Everything that she provided us information for, we gave her credit for. That includes health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, and after-school daycare.
Okay.
But Your Honor, to object to what she's saying,
hold on one moment. Okay. So what were the special needs?
So he needs to be in classrooms that are smaller than what he has. Other than that, he's always going to have a behavior issue. And this is a recent issue.
Get started. Swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give to the court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
All right. So tell me what's happened.
From the beginning, or
No, for the issues dealing with the deviation.
sure. So I lost my job in July, and I've been in the system with Georgia and Texas since 2020, which is the pandemic. I have tried to ask them for, huh?
Why Texas? When I just went back, when I looked at the
Oh,
case,
yeah. So I had to move. Yeah. I've moved 4 times because he has bothered me. So in
Ooh,
Georgia, when my address was on there, they took hinges off my door. They have moved someone in across the way. These are his friends. So I had to move to Florida with my grandmother. When I moved to Florida with my grandmother, then he sent his cousin there. I had to move from Florida, and then I finally went to Texas. I came to Texas. He vetted my residence people. They have towed my car. They have slandered my tires. I mean, I have
slandered
been
your
through the ringer with this man, and he's pretending like, oh,
slandered your tires. I know she meant slash her tires, right? I'm trying to see something real quick, y'all. Okay. Had to do some numbers. Okay, so that baby roughly about 9 years old. Okay. Somewhere up in there. Okay.
I'm on the stage just preaching. You're not. You are really trying to negate the fact that to meet you and to see and to say, hey, this is my truth. And I need more money now because of my son. And I had lost my job. Now, mind you, I just got a new job. All this is new information. They don't want to talk to me. Every time I talk to Texas, they say, oh, well, Georgia has 90 days to respond. Then when I'll have no days to respond, it's always, well, Georgia laws are this. I mean, they have taken me through the ringer for 4 years, Judge. 4
Now
years.
see, she really went and got into some things. And let me tell you something, Mr. Bryant. You should have had your R's here, sir. You should have had and I'm gonna rewind it just a little piece, and y'all gonna have to just get mad at me. But you should have had your R's here, because now that this is, these cases are really public, public. People can receive them. Obviously, we watch them, on YouTube and stuff. But if you may hear this and feel like she defamed your character of some sort, I don't even think you could do nothing about it, because you didn't even show up to court to defend yourself in any capacity, nor did you send someone else there. Right? And even with the judge saying you should have been here, you should be getting a warrant, but I guess she's not going to send it because she's being nice about it. Okay, I do want to go back just a little bit, because I want to hear everything she says about how she feels she's been violated. Okay.
why
Huh?
why Texas? When I just went back, when I looked at the case,
Oh, yeah. So I had to move. Yeah. I've moved 4 times because he has bothered me. So in Georgia, when my address was on there, they took hinges off my door. They have moved someone in across the way. These are his friends. So I had to move to Florida with my grandmother. When I moved to Florida with my grandmother, then he sent his cousin there. I had to move from Florida, and then I finally went to Texas. I came to Texas. He vetted my residence people. They have towed my car. They have slandered my tires. I mean, I have been through the ringer with this man, and he's pretending like, oh, I'm on the stage just preaching. You're not. You are really trying to negate the fact that to meet you and to see and to say, hey, this is my truth. And I need more money now because of my son. And I had lost my job. Now, mind you, I just got a new job. All this is new information. They don't want to talk to me. Every time I talk to Texas, they say, oh, well, Georgia has 90 days to respond. Then when I'll have no days to respond, it's always, well, Georgia laws are this. I mean, they have taken me through the ringer for 4 years, Judge. 4
okay,
years, and I'm finally seeing you now.
Woo,
okay. So
child,
I
that's
want
a
to
lot to
let
deal
make sure I
with.
understand.
Not taking
Right
hinges off
now,
the door.
where do you live?
I live in Texas, Dallas,
Okay,
Texas.
okay. You mentioned that at one point, I'm assuming you were in Baltimore, because it looks like the original file.
No, I was never in Baltimore. No, I was in Georgia.
Where Baltimore came from?
I
Oh,
was never in Baltimore.
you never in Baltimore. Okay,
No, I never lived there. No,
okay.
I always lived in
Where was
Georgia.
your
When we
your
opened up,
That's Giselle area, ain't it? Isn't that whole? It's like what DMV area? Is that like Maryland, Potomac? What's that? Where is Potomac in Maryland? So is that like Maryland, Washington D.C., Virginia, right? Baltimore, Maryland. So who lived? Maybe he lived there and she didn't. Child.
the case, it was in Georgia.
Uh,
So
uh,
your relationship was in Georgia or was it in somewhere else? Where was the relationship?
Georgia.
Okay. So the relationship was in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And then you filed for what, paternity
Paternity. Mm-hmm.
in
In
Georgia
Georgia.
in
Mm-hmm.
2016.
Yes.
Okay. And then it looks like at some point you guys must have come to some resolution because I don't remember hearing this case.
Okay, remember we had the two attorneys. My attorney turned on me, went to his side, and I was trying to tell you at the day of the closing, I said, I don't agree. I don't agree. And you was like, it's too late. They already signed it. My attorney actually sued me for $15,000 that you awarded him for in Fulton County instead of in DeKalb County. I had to challenge his bar association, and he dropped the case because Jamal did not pay him the $15,000 like he said, because Jamal wanted this case to go the way he wanted it to go.
No.
What be going on? I know court be messy, but girl, listen, this a lot. I thought the last one we got into was a lot, and it was, bitch, okay? That old 60-something, 50-something year old man messing with that young girl. They had a baby by her, and he don't want to deal with that black baby he had with that black woman. But anyway, so let me get this straight, y'all, because I just have to just give me a second, please, okay? You can like the video. I'll try to wrap my head around this. So she's moved from Georgia to Florida, Texas, and somewhere else, because she said she moved 4 times. One time they took the hinges off her door, which is crazy, especially if she knows this to be fact and it was indeed his people, because she alleges that it was his friends. But this person got a child. Like, what are y'all doing? Then the cousin moved across the street. Then it was something else. Did she say something else? I think another relative or something. Then, so she moved a lot. She got that. She came to the judge. The judge doesn't remember this case, so she thought that everything was resolved. The girl reminded her this shit was not resolved. And matter of fact, since you can't remember, let me jog your motherfucking memory, because I'll never forget what the hell you did to me. Okay? And what my attorney did. The attorney drops her, goes to, what kind of attorney is that? To drop your client to go over to the opposing side and then turn around and try to sue her for $15,000? I would have challenged that motherfucking bar license too. And the judge awarded this to this person. That, girl, I ain't never heard that like it in my life, child. I ain't even know you could do that type of stuff. Switch over to somebody else's side and turn around and sue that person. Okay, but I guess the person with the power and the person with the money, there's that, right? Then when she challenged his bar, challenged him with the bar, and Jamar not paying him the 15 racks, he chose to just drop the case. So I'm wondering did he see this right here? Okay, because Jamal did not pay him the $15K like he said. So I guess he went over to Jamal's side expecting the $15K, and since Jamal didn't pay him, he decided to sue you? Or did he sue you and then Jamal said, I'll pay the $15K, still didn't pay the $15K? I think some things could be out of order, but either way, he was granted a $15,000, I guess, amount. Girl, this is wild.
Day of the closing, I said, I don't agree. I don't agree. And you was like, it's too late. They already signed it. My attorney actually sued me for $15,000 that you awarded him for in Fulton County instead of in DeKalb County. I had to challenge his bar association, and he dropped the case because Jamal did not pay him the $15,000 like he said, because Jamal wanted this case to go the way he wanted it to go.
No. I don't know what you're talking about with regard to attorney's fees. I'm looking at this file. The last thing that I had to do with this file was in 2000. The last filing was a notice of dismissal that might be a unless that was some type of contempt. I have you filing a notice of voluntary dismissal in November.
No, that wasn't me. Oh no. Yeah. I've been challenging this case for a long time.
No, this
girl, it's you calling the judge out for me.
This is you. This is your it's notice of voluntary dismissal but it maybe, let me see what it might be. It might be on a contempt. Let's see. Did you file a contempt against him?
Here
Yeah.
lately, I haven't found anything. The only thing I can say, I've been responding to
Ma'am.
Georgia when I've in there. Now,
No, ma'am. You filed this. You filed this October 3rd, 2017, motion for contempt and sanction.
yeah, that's because that was the attorney that turned on me. Yeah.
Boom. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, if she doesn't know that she filed this and she just told you her attorney turned on her, are you not connecting the dots that it could potentially be the damn attorney that filed that and she's unaware of what was filed? But anywho, I understand the judge's side as well, because that was your attorney, and your attorney's duty is to explain and let you know everything that they are filing on your behalf. So there's that.
That's why that is the way it is. Because he turned on me and he sued me for $15,000. They play games with your court.
Ooh.
So this $15,000 is dealing with. You said the defendant.
You awarded my attorney $15,000, and my attorney.
Can I just say, Your Honor, I'm just gonna be real frank with you, Your Honor Bari, or your last night, ma'am. You over there looking at all of this paperwork, like, ma'am, you filed a contempt. You filed a contempt. Can you go and find a judgment where you had granted that man 15 racks? Cause you looking at some other kind of paperwork. Okay. We need you to go and find that. Like the lady said, you had granted that man 15 racks, and then he turned around, he had to drop the case at a later time. Can you find that in the paperwork, ma'am?
He said at the end, when everything was said and done and you ruled out on it, you said, and I told you, I said, I don't agree. And Jamal was actually on the phone. He didn't even come to your court. And I said, I would never agree to him being on the phone in the court. And then all of a sudden, when I seen the decree of what you signed because of the attorneys, it was sealed. It was all kind of things. And then that man turned on me and he sued me for $15,000 that you awarded him for. And I challenged his bar.
Ma'am, she clocking the hell out you, ma'am. Ma'am, you're going to have to find the paperwork, ma'am, saying you didn't do that, ma'am. Ma'am, you're going to have to find it. It's a whole nother judge. She got you fucked up, ma'am. Because this lady memory seemed to be very much so intact.
License.
No, that's not true. I would not have sealed. I may have sealed his finances, but I would not have sealed. No, I don't do that. No, ma'am.
So you're not confirming that you sealed the case, right? You're not confirming that you sealed the case. Or I'm sorry, you're confirming that you did not seal the case, but you're not confirming that you awarded that man 15 racks. That's messed up, ma'am. That's messed up when you know she was a down and out mama trying to get coin for her special needs child to have him taken care of, and you gonna sit up here and let this attorney sue that lady for $15K, not even paying attention to the fact that how you sit over here and represent her, switch sides and go to the other man, then you want to all of a sudden sue this lady.
What I'm saying is sealed. Our case is sealed, and it's been sealed.
The judge should have access.
They sealed it, and the only reason why I'm here is because I had to go to child support court because of attorneys.
And something. I don't seal baby cases. No, ma'am, I don't. What I sealed was their finances, the financial information. The court hereby. There was an emergency motion to seal, and I ordered to compel the motion to discovery and exhibits thereto shall be sealed. Not the case, just those exhibits relating to your finances and also your final, but not the whole case. This case is not sealed. It is a public viewed case, but I did, and if it did get completely sealed, that's not what the order says.
Well, he must have had somebody. Let me say. It's a little freaky, okay? It's a piece. Because if this woman is a legend at this point, he's not here to defend himself, so I only can go off the information this woman tell me, okay? Or tell the judge. What I'm hearing, if this man had access to this some message. Oh, this some messy shit. And let me tell you, because she done already named enough stuff for me to believe that it was a scheme that Jamal set up to come to y'all with some BS, and that he may have some connects all over the place. That's exactly what it seemed like. She just said that she had to relocate herself for like 4 years to different places. Then she said that her attorney changed on her, flipped on her. Okay. And then now the case is sealed, but the judge is saying that the case is not sealed. Girl, listen, girl. He had somebody up in there that would have sounded like to me that pretty much was stealing this shit for him so this tea wouldn't get out to everybody. Okay? And if he got people, let her tell it. Every time she moves, somebody's going here, there to harass her. Then, girl, maybe he did have somebody over there. Yeah, that's just a lot to deal with. That's just a lot. Okay?
The clerk of court is hereby ordered to seal plaintiff's July 8th, 2016 motion to compel discovery. I did not seal this case. I don't seal cases like that. No, ma'am, that's not me. Okay. So this case right here was the clerk may have misinterpreted and sealed the whole file.
Ma'am, I understand you have a duty to support those that work in your courtroom, your office, your judicial system, whatever, ma'am. But it's given to me. What you said, the clerk may have misinterpreted, baby. The clerk ain't misinterpret motherfucking thing for me. The breakdown that I'm getting from this is that the clerk knew exactly what the hell they was doing when they did it. Because they were going to do that anyway because they just how they is. And they did a favor for somebody. Now, the question is, ma'am, you sit up here telling the people that you only seal certain records. Can you confirm whether or not the case was sealed or not? Why you saying that the clerk may have misinterpreted and sealed the whole thing? Sounds like to me you need to go and get in the clerk's ears. Just a little piece, ma'am.
But that was not my order. My order was I was trying to seal.
Well, they don't respect your order, ma'am, which is even more of a reason, ma'am. You need to go and get into the clerk's ass, ma'am, letting them know they don't seal a motherfucking thing without your order saying so. Somebody gonna have to get fired up, ma'am. And this is why I wish he was on this call so we could get some more clarification, ma'am.
The finances, so that no one would know exactly what Pastor Bryant made because of, just kind of circumstances and the fact that he was a pastor of a mega church in Baltimore at the time. Now, I know currently he's at New Birth, but at the time it was a mega church in Baltimore, and that was the issue that the attorneys had presented to the court. So then I have done that, and I do that for a lot of people who have high income finances that might run into conflict with various things. I might seal the finances, but I don't seal cases generally with regard to children. Like if something happens, somebody doesn't want the case to be known to the public. No, I don't do that. There has to be a real reason for that. Generally, a safety reason.
Well, somebody in your office did. Your Honor. So you need to get on that
for that. But I'm not going to seal it simply because someone is saying that they don't want anyone to know about their personal issues. No, I don't do that. So I'm not saying that the case is not filed, but I'm saying that it's not sealed, but that is not what my order tells the clerk to do. It may have been misinterpreted that way and it got sealed.
You're killing me, ma'am. You're killing me with the misinterpreted, ma'am. Y'all do this day in and day out. The same way that you are highly aware of how you go about handling cases. I don't do this, I don't do that. The same way you send your orders through, those clerks are very aware of the process and how they're supposed to do things. The word and the term misinterpreted is killing me softly because they interpreted it correctly, exactly how they wanted to. And being that you ain't gonna go back and look at it again. Possibly. Okay, it was sealed. They knew what they was doing when they did it. It's killing me with that.
Even when I look at it, it doesn't have the seal marks on it, even from my side, but I'm not sure. Okay, because
it didn't have it on my side either.
It's sealed on your side?
Because they probably unsealed it as this case was getting ready to get started.
No, it was not. The only thing that was sealed on our side was the child support worksheet and addendum.
Yes, ma'am. Everything else, this is not a sealed case. I just want to make sure we get that straight first. And what was the second thing you said you think I did? Because that doesn't sound like me. Tell me what else you said I think I did.
Girl, y'all be killing me. They don't sound like I did that. They don't sound like somebody would do. Ma'am, it just might be every single thing that you would do. I mean, you know, sometimes we think ourselves a little more highly than what we really is. Okay. Well, let's get going, girl.
Yeah.
No,
You
I
said,
didn't say anything else you said you did. I'm saying you're saying that I filed a content and then I
Yes, you
unfiled
did.
it, and I never did that.
yes,
And I'm
ma'am.
telling you, I'm
Yes, you did.
sorry.
You did it. You did it. Miss
But
Harris.
what I'm saying is the attorney
No, ma'am.
shiced me.
I'm not saying the attorney shiced you. I don't know about that. I'm telling you, these things are in your name with the same signature that I'm looking at from one
They
page.
could have copied it. They could have did anything. I didn't do that because I've been trying to get extra funds first when I first did this was about him not paying on time.
Before you deny it, let's see it, okay? Because I think you probably, because I'm looking at both the signatures from the first time you filed to the last. This is the same signature.
Now, could you have
and
not remember signing
and it was dismissed by you. But and I'm actually kind of getting away from the real issues while we're here today.
Yes,
but
you are.
I went back and tried to understand what was going on in the file and what happened. But I'm going to send these. I'm going to share it with you in a minute. But no, you got rid of that contempt. Now, what this contempt is about could be related to the attorney's fees. Let me see real quick. Let me see. Jamal, contempt of court for failing to pay the above. Ms. Wistfully complied. Jamal Harris has failed and willfully refused to comply with paying plaintiff's attorney's fees in the amount of $13,500. So I indicated that he was supposed to pay your attorney's fees.
Yeah, and then the attorney that I had turned around and sued me in Fulton County is what I'm saying, and he served me at my home.
Yes,
and I had to.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't know what. Look, I don't know why you did what you did. All I know is you brought it to the court. I would have taken care of it because he is supposed to pay your attorney's fees. And as of today, he still is responsible for paying this money to you. That's what it looks like here. That whether you file that again is up to you, but you withdrew it. I don't know why you withdrew it, but you did. On the 17th.
Girl, that judge made sure she flipped it and made it seem like it was something that lady did. Okay, Jamal was supposed to take care of the attorney fees. He didn't. Her attorney decided to sue her for it, but at the end of the day, it was granted to him. So who granted it? Did you grant it to him? Because that's what it's kind of given, that you just may have granted it to him. But you talking about something, if she would have brought it to you, you would have took care of it. Well, then how was it granted that? Because when she said something about she didn't agree or something, you still granted it. And she had to go to the bar just to get him to drop it. See, it's some things that's not making sense.
Before I could order for him to pay you that money, you withdrew it. So I assumed he must have paid it because that's what it says here. I'm going to show it to you because you're basically, then you're saying the attorneys forged your name on this document. It doesn't look like it. It looks like the same information. And it was dated October 3rd, 2017. But
he was still my attorney at that time, is what I'm saying. And then we have email going back and forth.
What I'm saying,
he was trying to sue me again.
I see that there are 2 documents that I can see now have been sealed. That's it. The whole other file is, I just double checked. The whole other file is available to the public. As far as the attorney's fees, I did not require you to pay his attorney's fees. I required him to pay your attorney's fees. When he did not pay them, you were required to tell me that, and then I would make him pay them. But before I could make him pay them, you took the case back. Now I know your position is you don't see it. Let me see if Miss Harris, see if you can pull up this case for me and let me see it and share it so she can see what we're talking about.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so it's 16 CV 1613.
Okay.
And the document that she originally filed was dated on, let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like I did a contempt order. Let me see. It looks like I did a contempt order. Looks like I did a June 5th contempt order.
That was for insurance.
I just need to pause it for just a little piece real quick, y'all, before we really get into it, because I had to just look real quick to see something. Jamal Bryant sat up there and said that he had a church event, y'all, according to the ADA, as to why he couldn't be there. But I don't know, because it's giving that man is out in Dubai, honey, just a little piece. They look like they, now he ain't put this on his page, but she put it on hers. Ooh, Chile, honey. Child.
Still doesn't have insurance card and life policy and all that.
Okay. And then, so then you're right. So that looks like I did an order, but then you filed another contempt. This was a motion for contempt that you filed on October 13th. October 13th. Look for the one for October 13th.
Okay.
And then see if you can share it so she can see what I'm talking about.
I see the motion for contempt.
It's October 13th. Open that one.
So I have the motion. Can you see it?
Yep. Go to the bottom. Right there you go. Is that your signature?
That's my signature.
That's your address and that's your email address. And that's where the notice went. That's a motion you filed. Go up. Go to the top so she can see. That's how it looked. Motion for contempt and sanctions.
I know I wouldn't have done that because of the way it is. That is from that. I'm telling you this who this is from. This is from that man. He is grimy. What's his name? Bill Lester is the attorney.
Bill Lester.
Is that your signature?
That's my signature.
I don't doubt he might have helped you file it because it is set up like an attorney. But that is your signature. And if
he didn't help me file anything. He might have filed that on his own. Is what I'm telling you. He could have. I mean, I signed it because I was his client.
So you did.
So are you saying you signed it?
No, I'm saying I have signed something, but I'm not saying I signed this. I would have never retracted it if I did it. I used to work for an attorney. I wouldn't take it back if I filed it because they were coming at me hard.
I don't know what happened. What I'm trying to tell you, whether it's you or your attorney, it's still
signed,
you.
yeah.
Okay, so if your attorney got you to sign it and you didn't know what you were signing and you decided to sign it anyway, it's still you. So this is your motion. And after you filed that motion, before it looks like we tried to hear it because you asked me for dates. It looks like you asked twice for dates. And then before it could be set, you filed a notice of dismissal. Short the notice of dismissal on November 2nd.
That attorney filed it.
And then the thing is, if you didn't file the motion, then that means you never thought you had a motion for contempt. So it makes sense.
It happened in Fulton. I didn't know that I could even do it in DeKalb. When he was trying to sue me, he filed it in Fulton County.
And that might be the reason why you might have dismissed it because it was in the wrong place. That could have been it, and you filed it again in Fulton. But in DeKalb, this is what happened. So I just want
to see it. It says mine.
No, I can't see it.
It says my sharing is paused.
Okay, then let Miss Noah. Miss Noah, if you could do it, November 2nd. Yeah, all I was trying to make sure that you understood the reason why I took the time over here is because I know you seem very passionate about your matters, but I want to set the record straight with regard to what this court did or did not do. That's the only reason I'm taking the time to do this for you, because I want you to know what this court did or did not do.
You ain't setting the record straight about whether or not somebody sealed on records. If anything, you over there talking about something misinterpreted. They may have misinterpreted it and then filed the whole thing. Then sealed the whole thing. And then on top of that, you're trying to make it seem as though it was her fault. Granted, I do feel like the judge is partly right, though, because if that's your attorney and that's the one that's representing you, it does look like it is on your behalf. But then it's like you not even, like, it's kind of like you disregarding that when she telling you she had a file as, attorney. But anywho, it really doesn't matter because that's not why y'all here now. Okay. But girl, this attorney is kind of getting on. This judge is kind of irritating.
I did not seal anything. Regarding the whole of your case. I sealed some personal documents regarding your income and his. And that was only 2 documents
Can we move on?
that I sealed. Everything else is available to your case. The next thing is I did not make him pay. I did not make you pay his attorney's fees. I indicated that he was supposed to pay your attorney's fees. Now, if he didn't do it, then your attorney or you get someone else to do it, file a motion to say, hey, Mr. Bryant didn't pay his attorney's fees. And then I would come in and go, oh, Mr. Bryant, you got to pay these fees. So to the extent he has not paid your attorney's fees, you need to get an attorney, because by law, my order, he was supposed to do it. So I don't know if he's done it at this juncture or not, but I did not do the reverse. It wouldn't make sense for me to do the reverse. He makes 10 times the amount you make. There's no way I would have done that. That's all I'm doing is clear the record with regard to what this court did.
And even with her wanting to clear so much of what the fuck the court did, you're going to have to accept the fact that your court is likely in bed with Mr. Bryant. That's what it's given. Now, she may never say that, but that's what it's giving, just a little piece, okay? But that's what happens. Because once again, as she said, he makes 10 times the amount. Child.
Understand, I'm being objective, and you got to trust what I'm doing. So I'm going to make sure you understand what I'm doing. Okay. Now that we've gotten that straight, let's go back to your original case. Okay. Now tell me what it is that your son is doing that is not reflected in the child support worksheet that Ms. Harris presented. What's going on?
So I don't have insurance. I haven't had insurance since we started, and we came back to court for that, and he still doesn't have an insurance policy. You asked him to do that. You've also asked him to have a life insurance. We still don't have that.
Now, I don't want to make sure you understand one thing. There are 2 different types of matters that are happening to you right now. The first is dealing with the actual legitimation of paternity case, where I did some orders on them. Okay, those orders. Now, I got to make sure that what's translating is something that I can handle in this case, because they're 2 separate matters. And then he has to get noticed that you're complaining about the fact that he hasn't paid attorney's fees. So
basically what I'm hearing her say is that he needs to confirm that this child is his. That's what it sounds like to me. Because the baby, from my understanding, already carried his last name, from what it sounds like. So if you mean legitimize him by giving him the last name, he already got the last name. So are you saying that you need to run paternity to make sure that this is actually his child, which only further delays the case just a little bit? Because that's what I'm hearing. Confirm that this is his child, and then after that, we need to hear what you're complaining about and what your issues are. And I'm so confused because they brought this shit to court almost 10 years ago.
Understand one thing. There are 2 different types of matters that are happening to you right now. The first is dealing with the actual legitimation of paternity case, where I did some orders on them. Okay, those orders. Now, I got to make sure that what's translating is something that I can handle in this case, because they're 2 separate matters.
She must go to new birth.
He has to get noticed that you're complaining about the fact that he hasn't paid attorney's fees. So we can't deal with that right now, because he hasn't been noticed with the fact that he hasn't paid attorney's fees. You would have to file another motion under this 16 CV case, or you will file a whole different motion for contempt matter, whether that is wherever he lives at now. I don't know if he lives in DeKalb or lives in Fulton. I'm not sure where he lives, but you would have to file a motion for contempt in the county where he lives relating to these things that I ruled on in 2017 or 2016. Now, if you're talking about child support, the things that they have picked up on right here, and your fact that you want a modification of child support, because you're asking the DA's office or the Department of Children's Services to do a modification of your matter. And I don't mind doing it, but I want to make sure there are certain things I can't touch. I can't touch them because they're brought under the wrong file. And also you're asking someone else to prosecute it, so they need to bring it because you're asking them to prosecute it.
Who is she?
Does that kind of make sense?
Yes. The DA's office?
So right now we're going to do a modification of those things. It doesn't mean that if he hasn't paid, if he's supposed to do insurance and he hasn't done it, you can take that up. You can file a motion for contempt saying he has not put the child on insurance, and we'll take that up. But for right now, I need to know what it is that needs to go in these sheets. Okay.
Oh, sure.
All right. So tell me what it is that you want him to pay for in this modification.
Yeah, I want him to pay for the school that John has to go to now.
Oh, what school does he have to go to?
It's there's two I've chosen that have like insured quality of life for John as far as like autism. It's called Legacy Christian Academy.
I hate to interrupt, but is he enrolled in these? Because you provided us a school that he's currently enrolled in.
Yeah, and that school does not, they're not, yeah, that school doesn't even have the program that he needs for autism.
But you haven't enrolled him in the other one, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So he needs to be enrolled in another school so that he can get the proper education.
But we can't give you credit for that until you provide us proof that he's enrolled.
Correct.
So you didn't provide, the only thing you said in your objection is that you think it should be handled in Texas, and that you stated, I request this case be transferred to Texas for a thorough review and reassessment. It is imperative that the court holds the non-custodial parent accountable not only for financial obligations, but for a lack of involvement in our child's life. Ensuring the best interests of my child are met requires a comprehensive and updated evaluation, which it fails to provide. And what I'm saying is we gave you credit for everything that you provided us with, including health insurance. You provided us proof of Aetna health insurance. So we gave you credit for that on the worksheet. We gave you credit for the after-school care at the school or whatever after school that you have him currently enrolled. And we kept the upward deviation.
Yeah, this just happened last Wednesday. And I don't even know where my social worker is. Her email has bounced back, so I don't know. No one keeps up with me, so I'm here. So all this is new.
So are you, is it your?
I feel really bad for this lady because it's just so frustrating to watch this. And I know that she's extremely frustrated because it does come off just a little bit. Like, I understand that this may be the laws and this, that, and the other, but they definitely are coming off as though they are attorneys, just a piece. It's, you know, for Jamal or something. You know what I'm saying? I see why she would want the case moved, but to alleviate yourself from a little bit of the stress, you about want to look into getting you an attorney. One that's here in Georgia, one that's in Texas, but also, you know, is licensed here in Georgia, or even seeing if you can find somebody that's willing to do it pro bono or something like that. If the money is tight, because she did say she lost her job, but this, I can imagine her. I mean, not imagine, like I can imagine how she feels. Like, this seems to be so frustrating. You're tight with money. You know what I'm saying? You're financially strained at this time. This whole meeting seems to be of no help. You know, like, girl, I just feel for her. Meanwhile, this nigga out there traveling all in Dubai, having him a good ass time, and then the people gonna show up to the church next Sunday or Sunday after, and they gonna be praising him, not realizing the type of shit that he on. Like, girl,
your position that you want Texas to handle it?
Yeah, because nobody has done anything to him. Like, right now,
no
one holds him in the corner.
Nobody holds that man fucking accountable. And clearly y'all out there in Georgia just supporting them. Like, bitch, you even let something slip up under your watch, talk about some misinterpreted sealed records. Like, and that's a big thing to me. Even though the records may not show sealed at this time, and you said, well, maybe somebody, you know, misinterpreted and sealed the entire thing. It's like, just the fact that they would have access to do something like that just makes me wonder, what else are they doing? On top of her attorney flipping on her, you know what I'm saying, to go over there to Jamal's side for whatever reason. Like, it's like, hey, girl, it's just shady.
Law for nothing.
No, so he is
nothing. He doesn't pay on time. You have ordered him to pay on the first. He pays on the 12th and the 15th.
One moment.
In Georgia, the non-custodial parents have until the end of the month to pay. He has paid on time every single month. He typically pays the first week of the month, and I can show a pay history. I can show a pay history.
I can show you my pay history. I can pull up my bank account.
Miss Odom, you can't. At one point, you and I were having dialogue, okay? And Miss Harris watched and listened and did not interrupt. Now she's trying to present something as well. Give her a moment as well, okay? You'll have an opportunity to be heard, okay? All right, go ahead, Ms. Harris.
This is an intergovernmental case, which means he pays Georgia. Once Georgia receives the payment,
Correct.
Georgia sends it to Texas or wherever you are,
Which would be
and
the
then your
delay.
state distributes it to you.
Mhm.
Whenever your state distributes it to you, doesn't have anything to do with us. But if he gets more than 30, if he does not pay within 30 days, if he does not pay in the entire month, that's when he's in trouble. He has paid every single month, which is why he does not have an arrears balance. So when
Okay.
you asked the other day, what's up with your payment? He had made his payment on November 8th. Whether or not you've received it, that's why I said you have to talk to your state, because Texas is in control of when you receive the funds.
But
Okay.
my question for her would have been, why is my shit coming from y'all straight to Texas? Why would y'all not have, some type of card or some type of system set up to direct deposit the money directly into her account? Why does it? I'm wondering what that is about. Why does it have to go from? And girl, child. I mean, like, I'm so far removed from that, but I'm just saying, like, it would go on the card. So, like, I'm confused. Like, if the case started in Georgia, why are y'all having to send stuff? Like, when I dealt with that, it wasn't no Alabama sending shit to Georgia. It was Alabama sending it to a card that my son had access to. So I'm a little confused on why so many different channels when y'all could just send the money straight to her. Why is there another party involved? Maybe things have changed since then.
But he's giving
And as soon as we
Georgia
get,
time.
I'm
He's
sorry.
giving to Georgia timely.
Correct. Every single month he is given to Georgia timely, and it's typically between the 1st and the 8th of the month.
Okay, do you understand that, Ms. Odom, that there is a time frame from the money going from Georgia to Texas, and so there might be delay? Do you get that part?
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
She's so frustrated. I feel so bad for this
your
woman.
position is that you feel like you're not getting the money. There are times wherein you do not get months. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. He knows that he has 30 days. So one month he may pay the next month.
No.
They're saying like, oh, he's giving $10,000. I'm like, where's the money?
Okay.
I don't have
I can
anything, and that's
provide.
between
I will
Texas.
pull up the pay history, Your Honor.
Can you pull up the pay history? So we're going to take a look at it. So, Ms. Odom, what I need for you to do, I know this is hard because this is your baby and you want to make sure everything is taken care of, but you're going to have to calm down for a moment, because if you bring your passions down a little bit, you'll be a lot more objective about what we're trying to do. Okay. No one is trying to hide the ball from you. No one is trying to make sure your son suffers. We're trying to make sure we do what's right. But sometimes when you're dealing with a lot of different governmental stuff together, it doesn't come out as smoothly as it's supposed to. But I don't want you to think there's some conspiracy going on. So we're going to try to be as transparent as we can, so you can leave here feeling like you understood what was happening. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Ms. Harris, pull it up so you can see what we see when he pulls that money in on a monthly basis. Okay. And that way you could take a look at it. And then I want you to compare it with what you get from Texas. And that way you can go to Texas and say, hey, Georgia is doing this, but you guys are doing this. And you can try to figure out where your disconnect is. Okay. All right. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sorry. Trying to come out and come in like you taught me.
Oh, I can see it.
You could, so you see the pay history?
Yep. Stars.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like at least from April of 2024 until November of 2024, he looks like he paid it in the first week of each month. But I can see that in March of 2024, there was $1,400. And then, hold up.
Because the issue was he had also been overpaid. So at one point, it was coming out of his paycheck. That's where you see the W and the payment source, that's wage withholding. So those split payments are how our system was taking it out of his paycheck to equal the amount. There was also an issue once they did the accounting that.
So y'all system was taking, okay, so W. Split payment. So then why the fuck in January 10th when y'all collected it for $1,200 roughly, And then January took out another one, January 24th for another 1,200, but she didn't get this shit till March. Why did she get one check on January 10th and y'all chose to split it up, but then give her a check for a whole month and then waited until March to get that lady a check?
He had an overpayment, so they also had to give him some of those, like these escrow amounts.
So
are
that's why they
payments that he
skipped
was
that month?
overpaid. So those checks went back to him because he was
Nope.
paying over the amount in some of them.
Is that the E?
Interesting.
Which ones went back? Can we tell?
I believe, and this is what the case managers really do, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the E means it went to, I'm actually not sure. I could get one of the
Okay.
supervisors in here who could
Okay.
explain what happened if
Okay.
that would please the court.
Yeah, but I also
Okay.
just want you to email this child support enforcement detail sheet to Miss Odom.
Okay.
Give her as many years as you can give her. Okay.
Okay, this goes all the way back to when we first got the case, which was in 2022.
All right. I want you to
Not
email that.
2022, what about
Okay,
2016?
email those 3 pages to Miss Odom. Miss Odom, you're gonna get this sheet, all right? And then I want you to compare it to what you get from Texas, okay? And therefore, if there's a date discrepancy of the time it takes for them to get the money to you, I want you to talk that to your person in Texas so they can handle that for you, okay?
Mhm.
All right, so we're going to send that to you. Now,
She's
because I know
pissed.
you're
I don't
concerned
blame
about
her.
the payments being late. In Georgia, we have a policy, or the rule is he has to be more than 30 days late before a contempt can happen. Ms. Harris is saying when you look at this report, you'll see that did not happen. Consequently, no contempt has happened. If you disagree with that, you'll have an opportunity to bring that up. For right now, I want you to take the moment to go over your Texas records with your Georgia records, okay? All right. So what's the next issue that you had, Miss Odom?
You're gonna have to get you a lawyer, girl. Don't have
For
to.
the school.
The school. All right.
Mhm.
Right now, what school is he going to, and how much do you pay for that school?
I don't pay for school. It's a charter school, but
All
they
right.
just don't have the teachers
Okay.
to accommodate him.
For the autism.
Yes.
Okay. Does he have a diagnosed autism? That is, you've taken him to a doctor or a psychiatrist, and there is
Psychiatrist, yes. The
diagnosis.
doctor will be soon because they just did it last Wednesday when we
Okay.
found out about it.
What I'm asking you though is, right now, do you have a diagnosis? I.e.,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah,
you have a diagnosis from whom?
From the psychiatrist, from the
Okay.
school.
The school or the school
I guess
psychiatrist?
the school, works with this psychiatrist. So this psychiatrist was the one who found the diagnosis. So last year, like the end of last year, they tested him. It came back negative. But then the psychiatrist was watching him even closely, and they said, no, he has it. So they did more tests this year. And that's when this was like a recent thing. And so she said she wanted to retest them. They did. So Wednesday we went over the EIP,
Okay.
and everything is put in place for him. But
Okay.
they just don't have the teachers there to
Handle him.
help him and educate him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But right now, he's in school. The likelihood is he'll stay there until the end of the year, right?
Yes.
Okay. But at some point, you want to switch him to another school that's going to be
She gotta
more
file a
effective
motion?
for his disability.
Yes.
What you're going to do though is, when you get ready to do that, when you feel like you need to change or modify the plan, you're going to have to either get an attorney so that we can look at it. But for right now, we cannot modify or add in those documents because he's not in that program yet. And if this is something that you just started last week, it's certainly something we can't take care of right now because we don't know where he's going, whether or not that's going to be something that the court will allow, because it could be that the court finds that the school does have the ability to take care of it, and it doesn't make sense for him to go someplace else. I'm not saying that's what a court would do. I'm just saying that's a possibility. So we can't include what was happening at that juncture because we don't have enough information to do that right now. It doesn't mean that you won't be able to bring that up again.
Mm-hmm.
And so that you'll be able to bring it up to Do we know where Mr. Bryant lives? Like what county does he?
The more I listen to this, I do feel like the judge is a bit right as far as like basically controlling your emotions. I know you're frustrated, and she's not lying when she says there's so many different parts of the law, and it can leave a person frustrated because on the outside you thinking about it like with common sense, and you think that this is how the process is supposed to go, but there are certain protocols and procedures that they have to follow. You know what I'm saying? So if this case isn't about certain things, we can't really tap into that. I'm not going to be able to help you on that until you file a motion, for that. Everything has a place for it to go. I think what she going to need to do, like I said, get you an attorney. Number 2, I know you took your child to a school psychiatrist, but I think you might, for the sake of this, take him to an external psychiatrist, another doctor, to confirm the findings of the school, so that way you have 2 documentations proving that, along with both of their recommendations on what to do. And she gonna have to get her, like, that's the best way for you to handle this. You're gonna have to get an attorney for what you want, because I also think the attorney is going to know the right questions to ask, the right forms to file, the right things to do. Like, they're going to have a better knowledge about what is going on here, which is going to also really save you from the frustration of it all. Yeah, you're going to be frustrated with the wait time and stuff and wanting things to get resolved in a timely fashion. But that's why you kind of hire people to handle your problems, so you ain't got to kind of deal with them and just, accept the little piece that he giving you now. And hopefully, it'll increase from there, especially now that he married. Girl, I'll let him get good and settled into being married. Hate to say it. Okay? Let's tap into her funds for a little bit so you can take on his debt. Okay? Just a little piece if possible. But yeah, y'all, that's the short answer. The short answer is give an attorney, ma'am.
He live in?
Your Honor, we do have his address on file.
What county?
DeKalb.
Okay. So he's in DeKalb, which means it's going to come back to me because it'll end up being my case. You'll then have to file a motion to modify so that could be taken into consideration. Is that something that you're planning on doing? Because if you plan on doing that, I can withhold on this issue and let you file it, and we can deal with it later.
Everything.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to take what we're talking about now?
I want to file it later.
Okay.
I want to file it so we can address it now. Okay.
All right.
Because even my money has changed too. So.
Okay. So that's another issue. So the issue dealing with the school, that's a modification you want to do later, right? Because you realize you need to find the school. He needs to get accepted into a school. We need a psychiatrist to say that it's necessary. You need to prepare a case, right? For that, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Okay. So the issue then next is that your position is they have you down for $5,000 and you don't make $5,000.
No.
What do you make?
At the current time, I am on a work plan, basically. So, okay. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Is someone else talking?
No, I'm asking you, what does that mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, so I do unemployment right now. I lost my job in January.
You lost your
July 2nd.
July 2nd. And so right now, how much do you get?
Every 2 weeks, it's 2,000. No, for the month it's 2,000. So every week I am making 1,000.
All right.
2 weeks I'm making 1,000.
Every 2 weeks you make 1,000.
Yeah, it's like $1,134.
Do you anticipate getting another job and making the salary of $5,000 rather soon?
No, I did get a job, but I don't start yet. I'm just taking like drug tests and background check and all that. And that is only $16 working with American because I'm in school.
Okay.
And Your Honor, just so you're aware, the income we used for her is income that she provided for herself. And we were not notified by she or the IJ that, including in her objection, that she no longer earned that amount of money. Because that is one of the things that we could have taken into consideration and brought before you with the worksheet.
She does know because I told her through email and text, and she said, when did that happen? Did you tell Texas? I said, yes, I told Texas when it happened. I went up there to the office in Plano and told them, and they're so rude to me. They don't
Miss
hear
Odom,
nothing I say. Everything I say
Miss,
is like
yes,
going out
Miss
the
Odom,
window.
listen to me. That might have happened. That's not what we're saying. What she's saying is, did you provide the $5,100 to Miss Harris
Georgia.
X amount of days ago?
No, it wasn't X amount. It was last year. They're
Okay,
just now seeing this. It was last year. They never said, "Well, let's do an update
Miss
on the
Odom,
money."
it's okay. It's okay. Okay. No need to argue it. We're just asking. You gave her.
Well, ma'am, y'all are kind of frustrating this woman, and then you're saying something didn't happen, and she's trying to tell you that it has. I just don't like this case. Y'all gonna have to give me y'all thoughts.
For that
This is
number at
just
some point, correct?
Mm-hmm.
At the time you gave it to her, it was true and correct.
Correct.
At some point, it was not correct because you lost your job in January.
July. Yes, ma'am.
And when you lost your job in July, did you contact Ms.
that's what
Harris
they're
and
trying
say
to find
that number
out.
is
Did you
now
tell them
wrong?
that?
No, she was
Oh, well,
not
then the lady was
part of
telling
the
the truth
plan.
then.
I was talking to social workers at that time, so I didn't even know she became part of the plan just recently
Right.
with
And
me as far as communication.
correct. And that's what she's saying. She's just saying she didn't know until recently.
But that's the weird thing though, because if she's working with social workers that are also in her office, why did they not tell her so that as she's about to enter this case, because the lady didn't even know how to read this stuff off, and she said she could go get one of the social workers or whoever. So I'm like, she may not have known, but that's what the girl is saying. Your office knew.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
She
now
feeling
that we
defeated,
know that
child.
there is a change in your income, then that is something that can be considered. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. But your position is you're going to start another job. And when you start that job, how much money will you be making
She
per
just
week?
told you 16.
I don't know
per
because it's
week.
part-time. I just know that it's $16.
It ain't gonna
That's
be
what I do know.
$5K.
When you start this job, will you come off unemployment?
Yes, I have to. I don't have a choice. Yeah.
Right. Do you anticipate making at least $2,000 a month?
I
At
would think
least,
so.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Is it possible for you to make more than $2,000 a month?
I really don't know, just because of the scheduling that I have. I cannot say that.
And she in school.
Okay.
I want to, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Miss Harris, can you put her income at $2,000 a month? Let's see what it is. So we're going to put this on a temporary basis anyway, because she wants to do more. So we're going to do it only temporary so she can do what she needs to do. Put it at 2,000, see what it looks like.
Okay. The one thing I also need to do to make sure that it's accurate is I'm going to remove the deviation right here so we can see what it would be without.
Bitch, they are getting on my everlasting. And I'm over here like, oh, Jamal, you not being in court, could really affect you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she wants, she just may get. Come to find out, it seems like, that's not happening. And I really feel that those ladies are more so on Jamal's side because of who he is. The fact that y'all over there trying to see like, oh, so are you going to be making 5,000 or 2,000? Do you have the opportunity to make more money? Bitch, this nigga make almost 50 racks a year. This man makes almost 50, I'm sorry, not a year, but a damn month is what it looks like. His monthly gross income is motherfucking, it's damn near, and it probably is at $50,000 damn dollars. Okay? This is just what he's showing to y'all. Ain't no telling what other assets, investments he got where he getting a dividend or something. Like, you just don't know. And this man about making at minimum 50 racks a damn month. And you over here talking about some fucking 2,000. And then this baby has autism. In my personal, no. There should be absolutely no reason why this girl is only getting $2,500 a damn month. Roughly. And then I will hurry up and file a fucking petition. If I got to do research, open up a damn book to figure out, ask questions when I go up there, how do I properly file a motion for him to pay these attorney fees? Because here's the gag. The attorney fee case has been dropped. It's dropped. So, because the attorney dropped the case. So whatever that $13,000 to $15,000 that's owed, that's gonna come to her. I'll turn around, take that goddamn money, and then go get me an attorney for a little piece of that. Hopefully not the full 15, but a little piece. Okay? And then have them go back into the courtroom to fight for getting me more money, especially now that I know that motherfucker made at minimum 50 racks. Okay? And you got this child that has autism and he don't come see the child and she's the primary custodial parent. Yeah, he needs to go and get insurance. All of that shit will be enforced. And if I got to turn into a law student myself, if I was her, saying you used to work for a law firm, well, you need to go get your law friends, honey. Okay, you might need to go to a law message board and inquire, find you a lawyer's a free advice, a Facebook page or something, and start asking questions of people to see what you need to do to get your paperwork in. I say alleviate yourself from the stress and get you an attorney. But if not, I will be a fucking attorney at that point, filing all my damn motions and asking the clerks all kind of information. What else I need to do? I will definitely take at least 2 days off to focus on that shit. Okay? Seeing this, oh girl, I will be very passionate getting that coin. And this is crazy. Monthly gross for him is 45, almost 46,000. She got 2,000. The total is 47, almost 48,000. Let's see. What is this 100% for? Pro-rata shares of combined income, basic child support obligation from the table. They said based on this, he's only obligated to pay $2,236. Did I read that right? Adjustment for work-related child care and health expenses that he's supposed to take care of is $121. Then adjusted child support obligation is the 22. So they're only saying that this man only owes her $22.36 at this time that year. I'll be asking for an upgrade at the very point of we're in inflation at this point, and obviously this motherfucker's money has not shifted. You have me fucked up thoroughly. Then what else? Go on. So when you add that together, the deviations, I guess they gave her a little piece of increase because of special expenses for his reading. They only willing to give her $254. Therefore, bringing his total down to $2,500 and some change, if that. How did y'all get that out of $40-some thousand? Damn near 50 racks. Wouldn't have been me. I would have been trying to get an attorney so goddamn quick. I'm telling y'all, if not, I would have been the sharpest non-attorney in that bitch. Because I would have been up there paying attention to everything. And would be up here on YouTube listening to these different child support cases and all of that, trying to see what's what, this, that, da. Okay? I'll be trying to get all the clues and everything. Girl, this is crazy to me. I can't.
About the upward deviation, if that's okay with you?
Okay.
Or do you want to keep it?
And first of all, bitch, what the hell I'm doing with my life? Because 50 racks a month? Do y'all know some people only make that annually? Well, shit, y'all would know. Some of y'all probably the ones making 50 racks annually. Like, and then it don't even be 50 when all the taxes and insurances come out. Yikey dikey.
Yeah, we're going to keep the upward deviation. The income is high. That upward deviation is probably going to be reflective.
But would you want that specific number, or is there another number? Because this number was based on the $2,350 that he's paying. So that's the $254 right here.
Uh-huh.
A number selected to make the math add up to the $2,350 that he was already paying.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So, but yes, the deviation of how much money per month are you spending, Miss Odom, for the needs, for the educational needs of your child?
This just started, so I can't even.
BITCH, you're pissing me off too, ma'am. You're pissing me off. If you're going up against a giant like him too, when I say ducks in a motherfucking row, you need help, ma'am. I'm talking about every little thing I pay out for my child. I'm taking pictures of receipts. Okay, sending a running email list to my damn self. I'm gonna have me an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, while y'all pulling up y'all documentation, Your Honor, I could pull up mine too. Matter of fact, I got all my shit broken down by the months. The months, yeah, cause you can do a whole lot in Excel, girl. The tab's gonna have every year, every month that I done spent out here, or the receipts. Girl, hell yeah, this is what all I'm spending. And I'll be trying to hurry up and get my child into that school. And if I could get my child into a new school at where it could potentially be low to no cost to me, because I could find a program that'll be willing to cover him for the first few months while I go through this motherfucking case. Girl, you need to get on your square. Now I do understand you lost your job, things are trying. It sounds easier said than done. But as we go into this holiday break, you know what you got to do at the top of the year. And when I tell you I would get so zoned in, focused, if I got to pull up my bank statements all the way back from as far as I can get them and outline, okay, when I did this transaction, it was for, like, not playing. Because if you think you finna just give me a measly 2,500, if that, a month, and you over there making 50 racks, and I got to deal with a child that got autism day in, day out, and you don't come and see him, but you can fly your ass to Dubai. Oh, That's a lot. That's a lot, girl.
I just thought he had bad behavior. But I can just say, me coming off from work to do that, I cannot give you the actual number because this is just new to me, like all of this.
I actually do have to change it because it's given in the presumptive amount, it's given her a negative number.
Okay.
Here it is.
Basically saying she would get some more money or something.
I'm just getting into it, like the education behind it and what he needs. And I just know for 3 years straight, his behavior was so bad. I wanted to give up. I didn't know what to do. So we finally got him. Well, I finally got him tested.
So right now, what medical care is he on?
He's not on any medical care. It's just the teachers. They're not certified.
Does he have any insurance?
Medical program, what insurance does your child currently have?
Oh, United Health.
Who pays for that?
Me.
How much do you pay?
A month is $600 for the both of us.
Okay.
So did you have her health insurance at
she has it at JSX for Aetna, and I don't work. Yeah, so she has the old stuff.
Okay, so the three you pay, so give her $300 for insurance.
Nothing is updated because it was all last year when we submitted this.
Yes, that's what we're doing. We're trying to make sure we have what the numbers are.
So $300 per month?
$300. All right.
I'm not sure.
That 195.25, put that in the special, because that means that she's not, to me, that means she's under what's necessary for her to care for the child. So that 194.25, put that in special.
Put it where? I'm sorry, in special.
And deviation, upward deviation, as an upward deviation.
Oh, I got it. Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In his column, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So that equalizes her, because otherwise she'll be in the zero for trying to take care of the child. Okay. That's the child support amount. I'm going to leave that as on a temporary basis so that you can do what you think you need to do for the other education issues. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. So this is going to be temporary. All right. That's the order of the court.
That pisses
and Your
me
Honor,
off.
when would you like for us to come back?
Well,
because this is where I feel like it meets their discretion, right? I know there's different parts to the law and stuff, but this part here is where I feel it meets their discretion. And the fact that he is not in court, I feel like you should put all the necessary modifications in there and then let him work himself out of what was put in there. Okay? Make it higher. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, child.
Let's Miss Odom, when do you anticipate filing your motion?
Soon as I guess I have to enroll him in school first. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep.
I'm not advising you to do anything. I'm just telling you, you need to move like you desire to move, but you might need to talk with someone or get some legal advice. I can't tell you that. All I'm saying to you is that you can file a motion. You don't, I mean, you don't necessarily have to move them. You can file a motion to be able to do that without doing it first. But what we're saying is we can't put into this worksheet until the court rules that it should be done, and here's what the numbers are going to look like. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have to move him before you file the motion. You can file the motion with the intent to move him. That is something you're going to talk with your attorney about. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on 120 days. Let's see where you are at that point. Hopefully you'll file it. If you haven't filed it at that point, then we'll come back and try to figure out whether we're going to make this permanent or not. Okay.
And then once we do that, is there any way after this we can put this case in Texas where I live?
Well,
is that an option?
You can do whatever you think you need to do. Okay. All right.
Okay.
You need to talk with somebody about what you need to do. Okay.
You do. You really do.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Take care, Ms. Harris.
You too.
All right, y'all. Y'all got to let me know y'all thoughts about this case. I definitely was irritated with her and the judge. I just felt like, I don't know. I felt like they was more so on his side and stuff. But I also was annoyed with the young lady because I'm just like, girl, listen, you need an attorney. You can't do that. You can't fight this by yourself, in my opinion. I do think you should get a bit more organized with things, but I also think that it wouldn't hurt to have an attorney by your side. Now, I don't know if you want to go and get you an attorney that, like I said, maybe pro bono somewhere or what. But you're going to have to do something. And I know that you felt defeated, and I probably would have felt defeated too, but I would just say, don't give up. Just get all your ducks in a row. As they got their stuff prepared, get your stuff prepared too, and just be ready to hit the ground running. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, girl, that's that. It's a piece of messy. I'll let you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below, honey. I'm Jami, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Good luck.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler, the flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.